Paris, France. Join us as we stroll along the River Seine, wander to the Eiffel Tower, climb Montmartre to visit the beautiful Sacré-Cœur, and enjoy the stunning views. We immerse ourselves in the inspirational artwork of the Musée d'Orsay and indulge in delicious French cuisine. We show you all the things to do when you're visiting Paris and you're short on time. I'm Judy.
And I'm Kevin. Welcome back to Find Gina Marie, where we share our lives as full-time travelers and the connections we make along the way.
There is nothing that embodies the spirit of Paris more than the elegantly artistic and innovative Eiffel Tower, which was built for the 1889 World's Fair. We didn't climb the tower this year, but we recommend you try it. Although there are 1,665 steps from the ground to the top, you can only climb to the second floor, which is a total of 674 stairs. The top section of stairs isn't open to the public due to safety concerns. To go from the second floor to the top, you have to take the elevator. To avoid disappointment, get your tickets online in advance. Tickets to the summit via elevator cost €35.30. If you want an average glass of champagne at the top, that's an extra €23, and tickets are available 60 days in advance.
Well, the Leaning Tower of Pisa looks really funny from this angle. Oh wait, no, we're in Paris.
Oui.
This is the Eiffel Tower, and it's very well protected now. I remember the last time we were here, we kind of just walked right up, and there were some souvenir sales out front, but the whole thing was pretty easy to get at. Now it's surrounded by a glass fence with a lot of security cameras. So I think the Olympics have ramped everything up.
We arrived in mid-August, and we were able to appreciate all the decorations for the Olympic Games without the extreme crowds.
There's a couple ways to get up to Sacré-Cœur. There's a funiculare, but we didn't go that way. We're climbing the hill, so it's been a bit steep so far. But it's early. We're getting some exercise. This is fun. Well, we made it up the hill without the funicular, so we're alive and well, and Sacré-Cœur is behind us.
Yes, in lovely Montmartre. So we're excited to explore a bit here and hopefully get some great views of the city because we're so high up.
And we're so early that there's not a bunch of crowds here, and you know the tourist time is later in the day, so happy to miss that.
Yes, before 9 o'clock.
Sacré-Cœur, the Basilica of the Sacred Heart, was completed in 1914. Its Romano-Byzantine architecture and massive dome dominates the skyline of Paris. Inside are beautiful mosaics, including the famous Christ and Majesty. We didn't do it on this trip, but you can climb to the dome for even more incredible views. The 280-step staircase has a very narrow access and costs €8. You can buy tickets directly from the ticket office. There's no elevator access, and it's closed midday for lunch, so plan accordingly.
So there are a number of reasons that you want to absolutely make some time for Montmartre. First of all, it is a place where Picasso and Van Gogh and Toulouse-Lautrec all did art. It's an artistic neighborhood. It's got more of a villagey vibe, so it is a little bit different than the city center of Paris. It's got winding streets. It's just beautiful. And of course, by the Sacré-Cœur, you're going to have stunning views.
You can't beat being inspired as an artist when you're looking over Paris like this.
I remember remember the first year we came to Paris and we were looking for lock bridges. This is kind of what they are. They're not always super popular. I mean, they're popular with tourists and people who want to proclaim their love. But at the same time, sometimes it can cause all of this, the gating to fall apart. And it's a hassle to have them removed.
I've never noticed so many of these locks. This feels like littering now. You know, now there's locks on locks. There's so many. And here's the funiculare that we did not take. But it was okay. It wasn't that hard of a walk out. What I like about this area is there's a lot of very cool cafes, and we could use one this morning because we've been out and about and no coffee, and it's almost 9 a.m. Gotta work on that. Near the Place du Terre, there are several little cafes and shops, which isn't too far of a walk from the church. In fact, it's just around the corner, so easy to find. Early morning is really good because they're not swamped with crowds.
A short walk from here is the Moulin Rouge. It was established in 1889 and is one of the most famous cabarets in the world. It's considered the birthplace of modern cabaret and has inspired numerous artists, writers, and filmmakers throughout history. It depends on the specific show, but a basic ticket costs around €87, and dinner show tickets start at around €185. There aren't assigned seats, so you will want to arrive early and buy your tickets in advance. You can save money if you're a night owl, since the 11 p.m. dinner shows are often a good bit cheaper than the 9 p.m.
We're thrilled to be back at the Musée d'Orsay. It's just one of our favorite spots in all of Paris.
The size of the Louvre can be overwhelming, and it's not unreasonable for it to require a few visits to fully appreciate it. It can also be a little bit more crowded. So we opted to focus on the Musée d'Orsay, which features a combination of Impressionist and Post-Impressionist works from Monet, Van Gogh, Renoir, Degas, and Cézanne, among others. It's located in a former railway station and has an iconic clock that is a piece of artwork in its own right. Been to this museum a few times and it never gets old for me. So I don't know, there's something really satisfying about visiting new places, but we really also like to come back to some of our favorite places. Okay, now we're going to see Van Gogh.
Who's he?
We have some really special memories of the Gothic Cathedral Notre Dame, but unfortunately it is still under construction, so we skipped it this time. The inside is slated to reopen this December, but the exterior isn't expected to be fully redone until 2028. If you have the opportunity to visit, you absolutely should. If you're a book lover, Shakespeare & Company is worth a visit. Originally called Les Mistral, it's just across the Seine from Notre Dame Cathedral and is an English-language bookstore. It opened in 1951 in a building that originally was a 17th century monastery. The name was changed to honor the original Shakespeare & Company bookstore that was founded in 1919 and was a gathering place for some of the most influential authors of the 20th century, including Ernest Hemingway, James Joyce, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Gertrude Stein. It's very tight quarters, so avoid bringing big backpacks. The store limits the number of people who can be inside at any one time, but the queue generally moves fairly quickly. There's an eclectic array of new and used books and super charming decor. There are book readings and poetry nights too.
Back in 2017, I think we just walked up to this place and went right in, but Shakespeare & Company has become very popular, very touristy, and there's a huge line right now for our reading, which maybe the main reason, but it could also be just that everyone's heard about it. They want to stop by. It's a little rainy out, so we're not enjoying all of Paris like we'd like. We're hoping tomorrow will be a little bit sunnier.
Yes.
But we want to make sure that we got some authentic French food here. And first night, so this is the duck confit, and it's a scary dish for me sometimes because sometimes it can be a little dry. But this, it's just delicious. The potatoes are just perfect.
And it's got a mushroom sauce to go with it.
And the sauce, I could use the whole bowl of that. And it's great too. So, great option. I'm always a little scared ordering this, but Judy convinced me and it was a good choice. I'll be fat and happy with my duck.
So I decided to try the special, and I'm already part of the way through. We are just so happy to be back in Paris. And this was it's not too far from Notre Dame, but it's on a side street. We first arrived, we're here early, but we took a train and we were hungry. So mine is a marinated chicken with yogurt quenelle and also the same potatoes as Kevin.
A lot of flavor in yours.
My chicken is a little bit on the salty side, but the yogurt quenelle is a nice balance to kind of smooth it out a little bit. I have really been craving potatoes lately. I don't know why, but I'm really delighted that they're here and they're very tasty.
Yeah,
so
these are great potatoes.
I'm enjoying them as well.
I haven't missed potatoes as much as you, but I'm really loving these.
So I knew I wanted cheesecake when I placed my order for food, and I left behind some of the potatoes so there'd be room.
Well, I ate some of your potatoes, so.
He's got less room. But this is an interesting thing with all of these seeds on top, which I am here for. I love a good series of seeds. I worry a little bit about what the crust is made of.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
It's actually good. It's just a thicker cheesecake, but I thought maybe there'd be nuts. And it's a very coulis. It's really good. I feel like the crust is maybe a little bit thicker than it needs to be. Oh, but I'm just going to say that the cheesecake portion of it, it's not too sweet. There's a nice amount of tartness in the coulis. I haven't had cheesecake this good in a while, actually. It's very rich tasting and creamy and flavorful. It's very good.
All right, well, now I got to dig in.
So what did this quick trip cost us? Transportation from Colmar, France to our hotel in Paris was $81.71 per person. That includes the cost of 2 digital Metro cards and train fares from Gare de l'Est to our hotel in Paris. We stayed in Hotel Europe Saint-Severin in the heart of Old Paris in the magnificent Latin district. We paid $354.03 for 2 nights, or $177.02 per night, which breaks down to $88.51 per person per night. The entry fee to the Musée d'Orsay was $17.66 per person, and dining cost us $112.65 per person, or $56.32 per person per day. So our total cost for 2 indulgent days in Paris was $778.04, or $389.02 per person.
We knew our time in Paris was going to be short. It was way too short. But we hope you've enjoyed this brief episode. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? One of the best compliments that you can give to us is to recommend our videos to your friends and family.
And check out findingginaMarie.com, where we have articles, more information about us, and a community forum.
Until next time.
Until next time.